You don't have a formula or a system together for putting a song together, nothing like that.
No, not really. I mean, I've gotten in some grooves, but everything's different because every project I do is different. Anytime I collab with another artist, it's different. You know what I mean? So like when I collab with one of like my dude Konski from Germany, shout out Konski. We have different conversations. We have different things motivating us to make, you know, sometimes we might talk about video games, lead to a story about something he happened in his past or something like that. He kicks a beat and then we go from there. So it's different. It's different. It's different with every person. I do find a groove, but I can't say it's a overall regular across the board formula.
Okay. Well, when you was coming up, who were some of the artists that influenced you?
Oh man. So when I was coming up, I listened to a lot of the Southern rappers. Zero is probably one of my favorite rappers of all time from Houston. Trey the True. But also I listened to Pastor Troy, T-Rock, a lot of No Limit, a lot of Cash Money. You know, Thugs and Harmony, a lot of the people I've worked with, you know, 3-6 Mafia was a heavy one because I loved Memphis and their dark, gritty production and stuff like that. So a lot of Southern artists.
I like to ask people who they were influenced by to see if I can hear. If I can hear it. Not saying that you copying stuff, but I just know I can hear what you listen to.
Right, exactly. I know what you mean.
So guessing on your age, you sound like when you came up. What I mean is because I was in hip hop pretty much as soon as it was available commercially.
Right.
I have an East Coast lean because that's where it came from.
Right.
That's the only thing that I heard. But I tell people what makes Detroit so dope is we right in the middle of the country. So we are influenced by whatever's popping.
Right.
You know, based on your age, the groups that you named, that stuff is what we was listening to here in Detroit.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So that's the other thing that I feel like why Detroit is blowing up so much. We are like I'm a hip hop guy. I'm in the lyrics and all of that.
Me too.
But because I live in Detroit, I was in strip clubs. I was in the trap. You can't walk around with no backpack around here.
No, right.
So I can get down with everything. I can relate to everything. I can hear what's good and everything from north, south, east, west. All that stuff that you talking about, that's what was banging in the street about that time where you was coming to age.
Yeah, definitely. You know, also too the Royce 5'9s, Eminem, D12, you know, all legendary of that time and stuff like that. A lot of them too, man. I was just kind of like rebellious because, like you said, everybody was big on the Jay-Z's and more of the East Coast rap.
Uh-huh.
And when I started hearing like those beats from the South and how they did their basses and 808s and stuff, and then, you know, like you just said, how the systems used to be back in the day, bruh, like I just fell in love. I fell in love with their production style.
And it's funny because each one of those that you talking about, each group that you talked about, they had something that we didn't have here in Detroit until recently.
Right.
These were all artists that were blowing up locally. These guys right now that's blowing up in Detroit, they live in the dream. We didn't have that.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting in the studio with my guy. His name is P. Groove. I was in the studio, and I swear I told this man, I wish I had it recorded. I said, the sound of Detroit is not going to be Eminem. It's not going to be Jay Dilla. It's the Street Lords.
Mm-hmm.
East Side Cheddar Boys.
Yep.
Because that is the first thing that I started hearing people playing in the street.
Exactly.
So as I'm getting older and I got teenage kids and nieces and nephews, and I'm hearing them playing Bang Gang and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, this. I told y'all this was gonna be the sound, and I hear it happening because I'm hearing kids, and my kids, they didn't rap, so they didn't have no reason to listen to it. That's what they listening to, and now they blew up. They blew up, and all of this is from that tree of the East Side Cheddar Boys, of the Street Lords. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm not a hater. I'm happy that they doing.
Yeah, now they got their own sound. If you hear it, you already know. Salute to hell of it, man, because when you hear them beats, you already know. You think Detroit, you know it's got its own niche now. It's got its, not saying it hasn't in different times in the past, because like you was just saying, but now it's universal now. It's stamped. Right. Like you don't even you hear the Southern rappers doing those kind of beats now and stuff like that. The West Coast rapper. And it's funny, back in the day when the South blew up and got bigger, we were doing that. You know what I'm saying? We were rapping off the Atlanta beats and off the Louisiana beats. So everything comes in full circle. It's beautiful.
Right.